Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to do a new foundation review because I woke up and I was like, the skin isn't looking too great, so what's the best thing to do? Testing out a new foundation. So that's what we're exactly going to do today. This is the new Too Cool for School Art Glass Studio Detaint Fixing Glow Cushion. That was a mouthful, but this is it and I'm really excited to try it. I have previously tried another cushion from Too Cool for School and I really enjoyed it, so I thought, you know what, this is the glowy version. I think this will work out. I'm in the shade number 3 beige, which is the darkest they offer, and it's like a 23 situation in Korean skincare. So yeah, let's get to it. Within this package, you get the actual compact itself with the cushion already prepared, and you also have another backup, so a refill. This way you get 2 sets of cushions because they do run out relatively easier in comparison to, I guess, liquid foundation. So this is really good and this is preserved. First off, let's appreciate the packaging. This is so pretty. It's like this iridescent kind of turquoise shell situation. It's like a pink with blue. It's really pretty and just a very stereotypical cushion. You press it and you open it up. Comes with a nice mirror, a teardrop shaped puff, and inside you have your cushion. Let's open it together. Did that capture on camera? Wait, there's like these little stringy glue bits. Oh my gosh, can I see it? Oh my god. There's like this glue circle around it to keep it from, I guess, getting dry. But it was like, you know, when we were younger, we used to get glue sticks and we used to like rub it on our fingers and make spider webs. That's what it felt like. Anyway, that was interesting, and I thought it would have like a really satisfying, like crisp opening, but no, this is what the cushion looks like on the inside. Very, I guess, normal. And if I just press my finger into it, it's a little bit harder. You can get your product out. Oh, looks like it is quite full of coverage. I'm quite keen about this. Actually, it looks quite yellow and a little bit darker than I expected, which is nice. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to prep my skin as I usually would and then apply this over, and we're going to see how it looks. I'm recently back into this combination, so I have my W Airfit Pore Primer and I put that on the T-zone area, and then I use the clear prep step. This is a moisturizing primer, and just put it on the perimeters of my face. I like to use around a pea-sized amount and just use my fingers to really rub it in, and you can see instantly that makes my skin smoother and it really just fills in the pores. I woke up today and I was like, wow, the skin is looking really rough. I probably need to sleep a lot more, but yeah, I think this is actually a great test for new foundations. I think for any new foundation, you want to try it on a day where your skin is really good and a day where it's really bad. That way you can see how versatile it is, because some foundations, and the most commonly used ones in my collection, are ones that require you to have really great skin days. So having something like this for a day where, you know, it's looking a little bit more textured, it's actually a good test. So I really enjoy doing that. And now we're going to just get 1 pump of this moist primer. I really like this one. I find that it is one of those primers that really helps your skin just create that barrier against whatever layer of makeup, and it just sits really nicely on the skin, and it feels really cooling as well, especially for someone like me who wakes up and has a really puffy face. Having like a cooling texture really helps at least make you feel like your skin is a little bit more, I guess, pushed back rather than just like really bloated. So yeah, this is the skin prep done. We're going to wait for it for at least 2 minutes, otherwise it's going to be wet, and once you mix the foundation, it just won't look nice. My hair also looks like a huge mess. I'm so sorry guys, but now that we've waited for it to dry, let's actually play with the foundation itself. This is meant to be a medium coverage foundation that gives you a glowy texture that resembles your skin but better. So what we're going to do, as usual, you guys know I like to really just press it in. It's quite a firmer sponge, but you get quite a lot out of it, and I like to tap a little bit on the back of the cap. That way the foundation is more evenly dispersed across the entire cushion puff, and also you don't make that weird spill across your face, and I find that less is more and more layering will make it look more natural. Let's press it in. So I've applied it from this side of my face, and initial application, I think definitely our guess from earlier is more correct. It is very yellow undertone. I don't know why this part of my face just looks like it's very yellow in comparison. I think there was too much product when I was applying it here, so I'm not a huge fan of that. The glowy texture is there. It's not as glowy as I expected. I thought it would be a lot more like shimmery or something like that, but you know what, this is looking much more realistic and skin-like, which I do like. It's not patching up or doing anything weird. I think it's just when I applied it, I accidentally put too much here, so the pigmentation is too strong. But overall, it's looking nice so far. It's definitely evened out my skin tone, and it's settling quite nicely into my nose area, you can see. But again, I've only just applied it, so it's not 100%. But yeah, I'm gonna do the exact same thing on the other side of my face. Finished applying it on my entire face. I think it could generally just be really bad lighting as well, so that's contributing to why this side, like the underside of my face, is looking so dark and yellow. Let me just see if I can adjust the lighting a tad. Okay, I adjusted the lighting a tiny bit. I have like my exposure on a little bit higher. I feel like this looks more representative of my skin. Definitely from far away, this does look a little bit yellow even on this side. I think it's because I applied too much. My forehead looks completely fine today. It's usually the other way around. I think that's genuinely because I didn't put as much product on and I went a little bit ham on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take a beauty sponge and try kind of spread it out a little bit more. Okay, got a beauty sponge. I'm just going to dab it a little bit, so hopefully I can take away some of the foundation, because it is a little bit too high coverage anyway. I don't need it to be like that. Definitely taking some of it out. This is really good, and this is a nice method as well. If you ever feel you over applied your foundation, get a clean and wet sponge and really just dab it out a little bit, because it's a sponge, so it will soak up liquid, and your foundation, if it's not a powder obviously, it will get soaked up a little bit more. Oh, already that's looking much better. I like that. Look at that. I really like the finish of this foundation. So what we're going to do now is I'm actually going to powder half of my face, and the other half I'm going to leave it with cream products to see how it works, so that way when we do a check-in later on, we maximize this foundation review. Otherwise, if I'm just using powder, I'm only giving one option. I'm going to apply my cream products first. I have been loving this Air Perez Carrot Color Pop. This is the shade Hello, which is a very intimidating bright red, but I feel like it gives you such a beautiful flush from within kind of glow, and I just really like it. So I'm gonna tap a little bit onto my face for blush on the cream side, where I won't be powdering at all, and we're just gonna see how this foundation looks naturally when it fades. Look at that. This is just such a pretty shade. I feel like it's one of those products where you're like, oh, I'm so effortlessly just glowy and I look natural like this. It's so pretty, and it does last decently long on the skin as well. I usually like to use it as like my underpainting, so I put like really crazy amount on and then put a foundation on top. Looks amazing. Look at that. How cute is that flush? I really like how sheer you can build it up, and I just love using my fingers with it. It works. It looks really nice. Might just add a tad bit more. That's always a dangerous thing to say, but I'm gonna get some on my fingers. You can see just a little tad bit, not an insane amount, and I'm gonna just apply some on the high cheekbones like that. Get my sponge maybe this time. Yeah, looking cute. And I might just put some on the nose. I really like doing that. I feel like that is a cute look as well. Put some on the eyes, and that is it for the cream side. For powder, I've been really into the Hamish Moringa Ceramide Press Setting Powder. This one's just really nice because it has a puff, so it's super convenient to apply on your skin, and it is one of those like more glowy, shimmery kind of no powders. It doesn't really mattify the skin, but it just helps everything stay in place. It still gives you a skin-like texture, which I really enjoy, and this is a very cute packaging as well with a little compact mirror. You want to swipe it and just make sure it's coated on and press like that. Put it on the center of your face first, and then whatever's remaining, dab it out very, very lightly. Oh yeah, definitely you can see a huge difference. This side looks airbrushed. Oh my gosh, this side looks a little bit rough, but it looked cute. Like earlier, it's like, oh, very natural, very glowy and healthy. And this side just, bam, photo ready. For this side of my blush, I'm going to use Laura Mercier. This is the shade Ginger. It's a very different shade from Happy Air Perez, but I just feel like using it, and who cares if I look a bit crazy, I'm at home today. Place it in the same area, just above the cheeks, and I'm using a wider brush as well. This really disperses the product. Such a good blush formula. I feel like it's super underrated. It's really nice and it just lasts all day, blends into the skin so effortlessly, and you can really lay it up. I'm gonna get a little bit more, just sweep it across the eyes like that. Cheeks, that is the forehead and chin, and we are done for blush on both sides. Am I crazy, or do they look kind of similar? Like, they kind of look like the same shade. But yeah, that is basically it. I'm going to pop on a wing liner, do a little bit of mascara, lippy, and we will be back. And we are back with full face of makeup. I said I was gonna go light, and I did try to go light, but it looks a bit intense. But just to recap, for eyeliner, I use my Can Make Creamy Touch liner. It's this kind of burgundy brown color. It's not a complete black, so you know, it's a bit special. And for brows, L'Oreal Plump and Set. Love this one. It's really nice and gives a good pigment to the brows. And for mascara, I use my good old Peri Peri Black Encara in Clear Set. Some reason I can't seem to find it online in a lot of different stores, so I'm a bit worried they're discontinuing it, so I need to find a backup. But look how cute my eyelashes look, and they still look like lashes, right? They're so good, and like they're dramatic but not really. I feel like it really just helps enhance my look. But for lippies, I am back into MAC. This is their Powder Kiss in Mullet Over and Devoted to Chili. So mullet over, all over, and then Devoted to Chili on the center, and voila, looks really nice. My skin looks so glowy on this side with the cream. I love it. This side also does have a glow, but definitely this one, you can notice it like straight away, like, whoa, that is glowy central. But yeah, hopefully the foundation lasts all day. We'll do a check-in later on. Very keen for that. And yeah, I just feel like today will be a very light and breezy makeup day, so we'll wait for a checkup. Hopefully it's amazing. Hey guys, it is roughly 9 hours since I applied the foundation. 9, 8, something like that. Huge feedback. First of all, this side is looking good. This is oily. This is the part where I didn't put on any powders. But here's what I gathered. After putting on powder, it looks really nice and smooth. But it did settle a tiny bit like around the nose area. Not super noticeable, I must be honest. This is just normal sunlight, and this side you can see it's like kind of separating a tad bit. Like the coverage isn't amazing, the veins are popping out. This side still looking good. Obviously the blush and everything is still there. Yeah, I think without the powder, obviously it didn't really like bunch or settle, but it definitely is looking oilier. I feel like it's not as smooth or flawless on this side. You can see all the textures and bumps are coming up. Forehead is fine. Forehead is always fine. And yeah, honestly, doing really good. I really like it. I'm loving my eyelashes today. They just look so good. But beside the point, that is a foundation review. So I'll be back in another hour or two to check in final time, and we'll do our final verdict. We are a good 10 hours in. Overall, I think it's pretty nice. I did obviously reapply lipstick. Yeah, it's not really doing much here. This has basically disappeared around my nose where the oils are. You can see this part is pretty bare. Same with the cheeks. A little bit of bunching here with the powder, but overall not too bad. If you step aside, this looks great, especially this side of my face where it has powdered. Definitely recommend powder. It has a glowy finish for sure. If you don't powder, it just turns oily. Don't recommend. It slides around a little bit, but this foundation is actually really nice. I like it. I would recommend it. Just have to definitely set it a little bit. I think that will help with longevity and the finish. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it and found it informative. Definitely love Too Cool for School. I think they're one of the brands that is like creeping up on me, and I think I will explore more from them. But that is it for today's video. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up or even subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys for the next one.